August 27th, 2024, and it is 6:30 p.m. Roll call, please.
Knutson,
Here.
Vogelzang,
Here.
Goodrich,
Here.
Wynn,
Here.
Peterson.
Here.
All city council members are present. We do have Mayor Megan Foster absent tonight. We have also present is our city administrators and a city attorney, city clerk, and more city staff in the audience. I'd like someone to approve the agenda, please.
So move.
Second.
Thank you. Moved by Wynn and second by Peterson. We now have a proclamation, Hydrocephalus. Oh, I need a vote. Thank you. I asked Thor to help me tonight. So we need a vote to approve the agenda. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. We have a proclamation. September 1st is Hydrocephalus Awareness Day, and the whole month of September is Hydrocephalus Awareness Month. Whereas hydrocephalus, derived from the Greek words hydro, meaning water, and cephalus, meaning head, is a condition that has no cure, and there is an abnormal accumulation of cerebral spinal fluid in the brain, which creates harmful pressure on the brain and can be fatal if untreated. And whereas there are two primary types of hydrocephalus, including congenital hydrocephalus, which may be caused by either events or influences that occur during fetal development or genetic abnormalities, and acquired hydrocephalus, which affects individuals of all ages and may be caused by injury or disease. Two other forms of hydrocephalus, which primarily affect adults, are exovacu, which occurs when stroke or traumatic injury damage the brain, and normal pressure hydrocephalus, which mostly affects adults age 60 and older, and the cause is often unknown. And whereas experts estimate that hydrocephalus affects well over 1 million Americans and occurs in one of every 770 infants and an estimated 800,000 older Americans, the only treatment for hydrocephalus requires brain surgery and is most often treated by inserting a shunt system which diverts flow of cerebral spinal fluid to another area of the body where it can be absorbed as part of the normal circulatory process. And whereas affected individuals and their families should be aware hydrocephalus poses risks to both cognitive and physical development, often requires repeated brain surgeries over a lifetime. However, children diagnosed with the disorder benefit from early intervention programs, rehabilitation therapies, and educational interventions, and many go on to lead lives with few limitations. And whereas representatives from national, state, and local levels of the state of Iowa community network for the Hydrocephalus Association and the national level Hydrocephalus Association, in conjunction with leaders from professional, community, and medical-based organizations, are dedicated to increasing public awareness of hydrocephalus and the needs of families, resulting in better health for all individuals in the state of Iowa and throughout the nation. Now therefore, I, Lori Goodrich, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Coralville, proclaim September 1st, 2024 as Hydrocephalus Awareness Day and September 24th as Hydrocephalus Awareness Month in the City of Coralville. And I encourage everyone to join in raising awareness about hydrocephalus and support efforts to learn more about its causes and treatment office. Signed this 27th day of August. And we have someone here who would like to speak with us. Please come to the podium.
Hi, thank you so much to the City of Coralville. What does Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, written by Roald Dahl, have to do with the brain condition called hydrocephalus, or water in the brain? It was Roald Dahl, the famous author, that helped push for funding for the invention of the shunt, a medical device implanted through brain surgery in the 1960s. Dahl's son, Theo, got hydrocephalus through a car accident at 4 months old. Yes, anyone can get hydrocephalus, and it can happen at any age. Yet it is 2024, and we have yet to see anything else done for this treatment of hydrocephalus. The only treatment is brain surgery, and some patients have over 100 brain surgeries in their lifetime. This is why we walk. So thank you to the City of Coralville for recognizing Hydrocephalus Awareness Month and Day. We hope you can all join us on Saturday, September 28th, 2024, with an 8 a.m. start time and a 9:30 a.m. walk time for Iowa's Walk to End Hydrocephalus at St. Morrison Park, the Hilltop Shelter, and we hope to see you there. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Would you like a photo?
We would love one. Thank you.
Thank you.
And my son has hydrocephalus. Thank you.
Yeah, good smile. Cheese.
Now's the time for community comments. We have a special time where you can give 5 minutes. Do we have anybody? I don't see anyone in the audience, so we'll move on this evening. Number 6 is Well 16 tree trimming project, public hearing. And in advance of Well 16 improvements, trees need to be cleared, and the tree clearing needs to happen before October 11th due to the presence of suitable habitat for the endangered rusty patch bumblebee. Bids are due on September 3rd. The public hearing is now open. And are there anyone who'd like to comment? Any written comments?
No written.
And now close the public hearing and consider the resolution, please.
Resolution approving the plans, specifications, estimate of cost, and form of contract, ordering bids, setting a date for the receiving of said bids, and directing the posting of the bid letting, all for the Well 16 tree clearing project, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Knudsen, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Wynn. Any discussion on this?
Nope.
Roll call, please.
Knutson?
Aye.
Vogelzang?
Aye.
Goodrich?
Aye.
Kuhn?
Aye.
Peterson?
Aye.
All pass. Thank you. Number 7 is Brown Deer Golf Course Mower Loan Agreement, and this is also a public hearing. And this is for 36 months with a $1,550 monthly payment that will finance the $50,000 purchase of a 2020 John Deere 9009 rough mower. Do we have any comments?
Just
Sherry?
that this is an opportunity for us to pick up a used mower. Most of our equipment is quite old, and this will give us an opportunity to replace a piece, as well as it's very hard to get hold of equipment right now. So we wanted to jump on this, and we do have it in the budget this year, and we'll budget over the next 2 years then to pay this off.
Thank you. Are there any, did we receive any written comments?
No written.
No. Please read the resolution.
Resolution approving an agreement with Wells Fargo to lease a mower to the Brown Deer Golf Club, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Vogelzang, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Peterson. Do we have any comments on this? Any
Comment
thoughts?
of ignorance. Why is this a public hearing?
Because of the expense.
Because of the debt financing.
Debt financing? Oh, okay. I thought we already had it in the budget.
We do.
To pay the lease. Pay the lease price over
but-
time.
So that, the payment is in, but when you're actually doing the financing, this would be like a bond, the same
Okay.
thing, you have to do the hearing on that.
Anything else? Okay. Vote, please.
Vogelzang,
Aye.
Goodrich,
Aye.
Kuhn,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Knutson.
Aye.
Thank you. All in favor. Number 8, Clear Creek Stream Mitigation Bank, final seeding and trees, and bid report, please.
Yes, we took bids on Thursday, August 15th, and had 6 contractors bid, which we were very excited about having that many people bid. The bids ranged from $794,358 to $320,783.97. So quite a big range there. They've been reviewed by both staff and our consultants, Bolton and Mink, to make sure everything looked correct, and we would like to recommend awarding to Hardscape Solutions for $320,783.97.
Thank you. Could we read the resolution, please?
Resolution accepting bids and awarding the contract for the Clear Creek Stream Mitigation Bank, final seeding and trees, is introduced for adoption by Councilmember Wynn, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Peterson. Thank you. Any discussion? Vote, please.
Goodrich,
Aye.
Kuhn,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Knutson,
Aye.
Vogelzang.
Aye.
And the second part of this, all pass, all in favor. And the second part is a resolution approving the contract and bond document.
Resolution approving the contract and bond document for the Clear Creek Stream Mitigation Bank final seeding and trees is introduced for adoption by Councilmember, I have it here someplace, Peterson, excuse me. Seconded by.
And second by Knutson. Any discussion on this?
And just to report, this is an important part of the project, because when this work gets done per section, then we will be released to start selling more credits. So this is another important part of the process, because right now we've sold all of the credits we have available, and this will release. And we have confirmed with the Army Corps of Engineers we can do it phase by phase. So more than likely, phase 1 will not happen until next spring, but these 2 phases will be done by this fall. And just continue to
Just
encourage.
getting it seeded and planted qualifies.
Yes, that's,
And do we have an interested party in buying those credits already?
well, that's our hope, but we can't advertise even without having this part of it done. So, and then, if you recall, then each year subsequently, after doing inspections, they'll release more credits per section. So this is an important part of this. And I had a chance to go out with Sherry and some scouts last week to go through all these projects, and just would encourage people to continue, because it's interesting to see the different phases of construction. And you can go along the Clear Creek Trail and see different phases of the process out there. And you can always go to our website also and watch on a live camera the work as well. But it's really coming along really, really well.
Do we have an estimate of when the trail will open back up after this is done? Will it be this fall still?
The detour is
The
what
detour.
No.
After
The-
each one is done. So could be next May.
Next May? Okay.
It's not so bad. You get to,
You've got to be a little
Experience a
careful.
little.
I mean,
yeah, it's kind of
I've done it
rough,
several
but-
times too, but
yeah, I have too,
Yeah.
but I would, yeah.
if it were muddy, I'd be a little hesitant.
I just think it's a great adventure, and it's beautiful out there, so.
It really is, and this is cool. I mean, if you just go to the bridge on the
Yeah.
trail, you can see a lot of construction and what's been going on, so it's kind of fun to watch the progress.
It'll be great to get seeding in trees, that's for sure.
The
I-
clearance is amazing.
Yeah.
Like you go out there and you can see the whole thing, just
Yep.
standing on the bridge. And the water, you can actually see the water now
Mm-hmm.
without all the debris, so.
And I can't remember all the correct terms. We've had enough water that the water has overflowed into the
Oxbow?
Oxbow.
Yes.
So, yeah, we've had several bankful events being a wet summer, and that's what we're looking for. We have to have at least one bankful event each year. But this was really great because in the first year, everything held, and that was important. And then it overflows into the oxbows, into the riparian benches, has lots of room to spread out. It's really, really fun to watch it when it's wet out there, but it's fun to watch it when it's raining.
So when you say it has to, that probably means the plants will die if it doesn't? Is that what you're suggesting?
They're looking, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is looking for a bankful event every year in order to qualify and move us on to the next release of
It's kind of a
credits.
test of the design
of it,
to
yeah.
make sure that it's working correctly. And that is what they use as a test of that design, is that it.
Even if it's a terrible drought?
Yeah, I mean, we've had that discussion because you could have, in theory, you could have 2 or 3 years in a row of a drought, and then you wouldn't get credits released.
Right. So they're having that discussion at the national level on what do you do if you go into a series of drought years and can't, and by no fault of our own, there is no bankful event, and is there another mechanism that they can use?
Yeah. You could even be a drought year, though, but if you had a half an inch or an inch of rain in a 24-hour period, it would probably be enough to fill it up, even if otherwise we're in a drought.
Usually we'll see bankful events when you get more into the 3 to 4 inch range.
3 to 4?
Mhm.
Okay, that's a lot.
But it is a flashy creek, and it does, like, if you do get that kind of rainfall, you do get that bankful event.
Okay.
So Sherry, do we just register that it happened, or how does that work with the Army Corps?
Between both staff and the consultants, we register that event in the area and use the weather forecasts and the creek monitors that are along the creek. There's a station at Camp Cardinal Boulevard, which tells you how high the creek rose.
I would recommend, if it's within staff capacity, when everything is done, organize a bike tour to go out there and show the public. That'd be great.
Great information, thank you. Roll call, vote, please.
Kuhn,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Knutson,
Aye.
Vogelsang,
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye. All ayes in favor. Number 9, taxicabs. This ordinance reduces the number of required licensed taxicabs and licensed taxicab drivers from 4 to 2. Please read the ordinance.
Ordinance number 2024-1005, an ordinance amending Chapter 127 of the City of Coralville Code of Ordinances 2011, as previously amended, regarding taxicabs, is introduced for adoption, third and final consideration by Councilmember Goodrich, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Knutson. Any more conversation on this one? I think we've covered this. Roll call vote, please.
Peterson,
Aye.
Knutson,
Aye.
Vogelsang,
Aye.
Goodrich,
Aye.
Kuhn.
Aye.
All pass, all in favor. Number 10 is funding agreements, and this funding agreement is for the $80,000 fiscal year 2025 contribution to the City of Greater Iowa City Incorporated, requires them to visit University of Iowa research businesses. Please read the resolution.
Resolution approving a funding agreement with Greater Iowa City Incorporated, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Knutson, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Vogelsang. Any discussion?
Yeah, this was formerly the contract with ICAD, Iowa City Area Development Group, and primarily covers the economic development activities that they assist us with. And the research park is just one of those, but it's important that that's in our resolution because of how we pay for those services.
Roll call, please.
Knutson,
Aye.
Vogelsang,
Aye.
Goodrich,
Aye.
Kuhn,
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
All in favor. Then B is consider a resolution approving the funding agreement with the Iowa City Coralville Convention and Visitors Bureau. Would you please read that resolution?
Resolution approving a funding agreement with the Iowa City Coralville Convention and Visitors Bureau, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Vogelsang, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Wynn. Any discussion?
Yeah, can I ask a question, please? So these both are to invest into economic development in our city. Maybe it's just my, undereducated information, but it seemed redundant. Are we paying two different organizations to do the same thing?
Yeah, the Convention and Visitors Bureau is specifically targeting visitors to the community. I would say it is an economic development activity, but it really is very specialized into getting people here into the community, utilizing our hotels and other visitors attractions. So they are very targeted in the type of economic development that they're doing. All of the business type development is not what they would be involved in. And so this act, they would be specifically, like this summer in July, we had 3 major conferences at the Hyatt and covered our community because they had to go out to other hotels. That is business that they brought into the community and conventions that otherwise I don't think would be here.
So we're talking about economic development, but one is focused on bringing business from outside into here, and then one is focusing on elevating the business locally for the people. Thank you for that clarification.
So we had discussed changing our model for funding the Convention Visitors Bureau to match the other communities in the county. I'm kind of glad we didn't. But I don't recall having that discussion. We're giving it a fixed amount like we've done in the past. I thought we had talked about the 25% like other cities are doing.
The other communities had requested or are doing 25%. Our argument was that 25% of a smaller number is a big difference than ours. And so, yes, this is not 25% of our total because our total is now getting close to $4 million is what the hotel motel tax is. So we're paying more dollar amount and paying for what we thought the services were that we were receiving. I mean, I think this is still a significant, obviously. And then that's why it also notes what our portion of the building, because since we provide that building, what the value of that would be considered if you did a normal lease on that.
Like I said, I support that. Did we get much pushback?
Not that I'm aware of, but that'd be a better question for the mayor because she sits on that board.
But
Mayor Pro
are they
Tem.
requesting that? Or
They
we
did
just-
not request that, but
Okay.
that is, for a long time, that has been the tradition that the communities were giving 25%. And so in Iowa City and North Liberty and University Heights' case, when whatever comes in each quarter, which is now actually monthly, that just started July 1st, they give 25% of that amount irrespective of what. And ours is a fixed amount. So I think, we've had that discussion and
Yeah. I thought the mayor was kind of supportive of going to 25%, but I guess not.
I mean, if it's not broken, why try to fix it? That just.
Roll call, please.
Vogelsang.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Kuhn.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
Knutson.
Aye.
All in favor. Then next is consider a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented or amended.
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, I would like to ask council to consider a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented, A to U.
Second.
And Knutson seconds. All in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
That's actually a roll
It's
call.
a roll call. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Goodrich,
Aye.
Kuhn,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Knutson,
Aye.
Vogelsang.
Aye.
All approved. Next, we have city administrators report.
Yes, first, I'd just like to remind folks, and several of you were there tonight to celebrate the opening of the playground at Northridge Park. Great attendance despite the fact that it was hot out there, and the kids were having a great time and didn't even notice the heat. So,
Popsicle helps.
yes, it does. Just like to thank the Park and Recreation staff for the great job that they've done on that. They were very, very involved in the whole process from beginning to end. Even though there was a contractor there doing some of the work, they had to do a lion's share of the planning and the work on the site. And I think it really shows very, very well. And so one of the things Sherry reported was that yet this fall is the sensory section of the playground that will be coming in memory of Kim Listina. So there's one more piece to come, and I guess there was a couple of small pieces, shade structure, that needs to come yet as well. So, but it really turned out well. Just remind folks that this Friday is Fry Fest in Coralville at the Iowa River Landing. Lots of activities planned for that, and encourage people to stop out and see. This is the chance to see the 101 Herkies all at one time again. So if you didn't make it around the community, would encourage you to stop and take advantage of this opportunity. We'd just also like to note the contractors' really hard work on the diverging diamond at First Avenue and I-80. They have worked diligently. The work will is getting done earlier than originally planned for in the contract, and so we continue to see progress every day, actually, of different things that are done. Just ask Scott to give a brief update on where we'll be at this weekend when we have lots of visitors to the community.
Yeah, things are getting exciting out there. So I'll touch on the highlights that we heard today at the weekly progress meeting. Number one, for the past week or so, we've had a lane reduction on northbound First Avenue near Perkins, and that was necessary due to the construction of the new raised center median that's just north of East 9th Street. So that's been a little bit of a source of frustration because it obviously does back up traffic. However, we do expect that lane to reopen, that second lane to reopen tomorrow morning. And so that will remain open until after the Labor Day holiday. And there will be additional northbound lane closures in that same area because there is some additional work to do along the east side of First Avenue related to the final sidewalk work. So, but that will come after our first home football game and after the Labor Day holiday. The eastbound off-ramp, which is kind of the last big ramp to fully reopen, that will open Thursday night into Friday morning, so that will be available for home football game traffic on Saturday. It's not going to be in its final form. They still have some work to do, but we will at least have the capacity improvements available for the home football game. The other big piece is Iowa River Landing Place connection.
Awesome.
Will actually open overnight Thursday into early Friday morning. And so initially it will be one lane in and one lane out, but we will have a functioning third connection in and out of the Iowa River Landing starting Friday morning. So look for a press release on that tomorrow. And over the next few weeks, we should see the full Iowa River Landing Place connection made available to the public. The contractor still has to use part of it for access to the interchange itself. So, but again, they are committed to opening as many lanes as they can for home football game traffic. And as Kelly mentioned, the project is ahead of schedule, and we're already talking about landscaping in September. And so originally when this project started, we were really expecting most of that to happen in the spring of 2025. So things are looking really good out there.
Thank you for leading the city and all your work with this.
That's all I have, Mayor Pro
Yeah.
Tem.
We have, let's see, what's next? City Attorney's report.
Mayor's report.
Mayor's report. Mayor's report, I right away think of Labor Day. And so, could you respond to that on how garbage is back?
Yep, everybody, next
one
week
week.
that receives garbage and recycling pickup from the city will move back one day. So Tuesday through Friday next week, we'll have those services.
Okay, so it'll still be picked up Friday. People's on Thursday will be picked up
Yes.
Friday. Thank you. Thank you, and I wish everyone a really fun weekend. I know Fry Fest here will have lots of activities, as Kelly mentioned, all the things that are going on. I just wanted to say there's special thoughts about Hall of Fame people who are coming back, and also women's basketball and so on will be highlighted a lot. And there's always great sales there, and it's really exciting to hear that there's open another way in and out of the Ire River Landing. There's lots of parking there too, so look forward to seeing a lot of people at Fry Fest. And the Center for Performing Arts had a nice tour of the building, and it was just so encouraging to see all the volunteers that are there working at all the performances. And if anybody is interested in volunteering, that's a great place to get involved with the city. Also, the park at Northridge was just beyond expectations, and it's so great to see the kids enjoying it, and especially the shade that's there now. I just think that was really important, and really appreciate you putting up with me tonight. We look forward to Megan being back with us soon. Thanks. Okay, now City Attorney's report.
Well, I can report that Kevin will not get away with sickness as long as I did.
Yeah.
Actually, he's home because his wife checked positive, and he thought it might be best for him not to be here. Otherwise, I have nothing. Thank you.
Thank you. We wish Kevin well. Committee and council members' reports. How about if we mix it up a little bit? We'll ask for you, Councilmember Wynn.
Thank you, Madam Mayor Pro Tem. I don't have much. I would just like to express my thanks to the Park and Rec staff and committee. The Northridge Park is a long wait, and now it's finally done, and it's beautiful. We have a lot of kids come out today, and I've known that a lot of community member has been wanting that park to be done and have been checking it out all summer long, and now they can finally get to enjoy it. So thank you so much for all your work on there. It's going to be well used. With Labor Day coming up, I just want to remind the general public, especially people who utilize the services that the food pantry provide. We will be closed this Saturday, August 31st. So if you need our services, please come to us any day this week from tomorrow until Friday. We open all this week except for Saturday. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Peterson?
Yeah, so my favorite holiday is coming up Monday, and just so everybody knows, Iowa City Federation of Labor will have a picnic at Lower City Park in Iowa City, open to the public. We'll have a potluck, and then there'll also be grilling brats and veggie burgers and everything. So please feel free to come out and have some fun and meet some of your people that are out there working hard for you. And then also, I'd like to
Bryce,
say
when was that?
Monday, Labor Day.
All day or?
All day, yeah. Usually starts about 11 and goes till, about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So.
Okay, over
Yeah.
lunch.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So, and then the most important thing is go Hawks.
Very good. Councilmember Vogelsang.
I don't have a lot to offer, but Sherry, my hat's off to you and the entire staff. everybody that was involved in that park, and the Northridge Park project was, it was pretty phenomenal asset we have in our community, so thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, and go Hawks.
Yeah. Councilmember Knutson.
Thank you, Madam Mayor Pro Tem. Sorry I missed the outing. I was biking today, and it was just a little too hot to get all the way over there. I'm going to plan to bike and see it, and can't wait. And I'm glad everybody enjoyed that. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Peterson, second by Vogelzang.
All in favor?
All in
Aye.
favor?
Yeah.
Aye. Thank you. We're adjourned.